This is Beyonce on stage, confident, flawless, but what's her real personality type underneath all that? I'm Eric Wen. I analyze and teach professionals about their wiring and personality patterns. And after going through over 5 hours of old clips and interviews, wow, Beyonce is not a personality type I was expecting.
My role in the group, my personality is the serious one, the mother of the group, the one to try to get everybody in line.
I'm willing to stay up 24 hours to make sure that it's right.
One of the loudest personality patterns I noticed right away is Beyonce is someone who really values preparation.
I'm very serious about my production.
That's why we're here almost a month before the show, so we can be prepared and have the time and do it properly. Because you never know. It's one thing when you're prepared, but when you don't know, it's...
From a personality analysis perspective, Beyonce shows very clear J judging preferences. Her personality type naturally likes deciding and settling on things beforehand and committing to specific outcomes she's narrowed in on and finds important. The next thing I learned about Beyonce is she's someone that really cares about the specifics.
You know, I'm super specific about every detail. I personally selected each dancer, every light, the material on the steps, the height of the pyramid, the shape of the pyramid.
Every piece of the puzzle was so meticulously built, so many layers of detail that make this a safe and efficient environment.
Out of the two, sensing versus intuition, Beyonce definitely trusts and grounds herself in sensing more.
The whole reason for this shoot today is to have a good blueprint so we know what to choreograph with the lights.
I snuck in a couple of days during our sound checks just to get an idea of if it would even be a possibility.
Beyonce's personality type relies on something called introverted sensing. Introverted sensing is a learning process that likes to go inward and reference back to lived personal experience. What have I seen, learned from, and lived through before? How can I anchor myself using my own unique memory bank of personal experiences and learning so that when new things pop up, I'm fully oriented and ready?
I saw this YouTube clip and I held on to that, locked it away in my memory bank. Okay, for my next project, that's how I want to dance.
I've learned so much from womanhood and motherhood, and I've applied it to my art. And I've learned things from my art that I've applied to my life.
I studied my history, I studied my past.
I went to my old house and it was so precious because I remembered so many things.
Introverted sensing is a side of Beyonce's personality type that really cares about quality. It also loves learning all about the specific steps and process needed to do things correctly based on what she's personally learned, lived through, and practiced before. A lot of people think creativity is an intuitive personality type thing, when in reality, sensing personality types can also bring some amazingly creative and innovative art to life using their own cognitive functions that are unique to them. For example, an artist with sensing preferences could look at things like, instead of getting lost in abstract ideas and possibilities, how can I ensure the real life experience is super taken care of?
We knew the show front to back.
Sound, wardrobe, seamstress, tailors, hairstylists, makeup artists, props, pyro, catering, nurses, PTs, photographers, 160 vehicles.
Where are we on the stage? You know, let's make sure lighting knows how to light this. Boom, where are the cameras? Okay, let's look at this camera and then do this.
Instead of guessing ahead and assuming we understand what's going on, how can we make sure we practice things over and over again in reality so that no matter what possibility pops up, we're super ready? Beyonce shows very clear sensing preferences, but something unique about her personality type is she also has an intuitive side that motivates her to stay open and flexible.
I'm not afraid to change it up. I go through magazines and I pull out different references and we just play. Whatever I pull, we experiment. And
I was inspired by so many different travels and types of music that I was exposed to, Fela Kuti and jazz, and I kind of mixed everything together.
The ocean makes me feel really small. Okay, I'm this very little piece of this earth. It makes me feel like I've been baptized.
Beyonce's personality type really enjoys something called extroverted intuition. Extroverted intuition is a side of Beyonce's personality type that sometimes doesn't like just sticking with what it knows and what it's used to, and instead likes exploring possibilities. Personality types that use extroverted intuition really like brainstorming with the outside world. They naturally like looking outside for inspiration, for new questions, connections, and spontaneous possibilities that could be interesting or meaningful to explore. By the way, if you were curious to see more real-life examples of cognitive functions or different personality types, definitely check out our membership at learn.ericwin.com. Supporting there really helps out the channel, and so many of our favorite celebrity analysis videos are there. Again, learn.ericwin.com. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's get back into the video. Next up, is Beyonce an introvert or an extrovert? I noticed online a lot of people think Beyonce is an introvert, but after watching hours and hours of clips, Beyonce's pattern isn't that she's constantly going inward to slow things down and process things more internally. On the contrary, I kept noticing Beyonce being open to jumping into things more quickly.
I am a workaholic. I don't believe in I need to sleep. And I don't believe in no. I'm not sleeping, nobody's sleeping. I'm just thinking about the next shoot, the next video, and next single, and next tour.
I kept seeing her liking to push limits and push herself to try and do more things.
I want to be able to do SoulCycle, the stairs, and rehearse in a day.
I'm not afraid to make a mistake. I embrace mistakes.
It was very ambitious and very risky. I like that nervousness. It means that it's challenging to me. Can't be too comfortable.
Tired.
No, I'm good. I've been running a couple miles.
A lot of people think if you're an extrovert, that means you have to be hanging out with friends, liking to talk and socialize all the time. But really, there's so many other ways that extroversion, liking to engage with the outside world, can show up. Beyonce, it turns out, is an EJ personality type, meaning that her version of extroversion doesn't always show up in obvious social ways. But it's crystal clear when it comes to her work, the way she likes getting involved and jumping into her outside responsibilities and ambitions. So at this point, I was seeing very clear ESJ personality patterns. But is Beyonce more of a thinker or a feeler? When it comes to this category, the internet seems pretty confused. In Myers-Briggs, thinking versus feeling has nothing to do with how intelligent, kind, or authentic you are. You can be a thinker that's passionate and very conscientious, or on the flip side, a feeler that's mean, critical, and rude. What thinking versus feeling is really trying to talk about is how do you like making your decisions? When you're trying to help, when you're weighing things out and problem solving, what does your personality type find important to prioritize first?
Good, it's all right, but it ain't great.
I think it looks really messy. This looks fine. It's boring, but it's whatever. Those candles don't look right.
So I have to scrap 12 some. Right here, rate 1 through 10, right, whatever you feel. Be as honest as possible.
It turns out Beyonce's a personality type that actually likes solving problems with honest, critical feedback. To be clear, I'm not saying Beyonce doesn't have feelings. She obviously has passion and authenticity that she pulls from and likes expressing in her art. What I'm talking about is what I saw whenever Beyonce was problem solving or liking to help. I kept seeing this emphasis on setting the feelings aside, thinking through solutions and action plans in a more detached and impersonal way.
I have the emotion of an artist.
Is y'all discussing not in front of me, because that's distracting to me. And I'm not focusing on what I need to be focusing on. I don't need people to think for me. I've never been that way, and I don't ever want to be that way.
Beyonce showed a strong preference for extroverted thinking. Practically what this means is Beyonce doesn't really get tired thinking about outside systems and resources. She's a personality type that naturally goes into flow thinking about how do things functionally work and get done in the outside world.
We don't have time to wait for until the guys get here. Work on some army stuff. We got a whole 100 girls. What are we gonna do other than this? Budgets to improve and people to hire. A million things going on in the same week.
If everyone sees that I'm tired, then they have reason to be tired. So I always pretend that I'm completely fine. When I work, I don't eat. I don't use the restroom. I'm like a machine.
If there's a problem in the outside world, what resources or systems are needed to help things work better and keep progressing?
This is not working.
We're halfway there. We just got to make progress faster because we're running out of time.
By 3 o'clock, y'all could be walking out of here with a hit.
It's not gonna happen. To write a song and to sing a song, it takes at least 5 hours.
Sometimes Beyonce's personality type can get a little carried away with extroversion. What this can look like is extroverted thinking and extroverted intuition running the show. Getting caught up in, there's so much responsibility on my back, there's so many things to take care of. If things aren't working, I see so many possibilities of things to try next or ways I can experiment more. If you think you might have the same personality type as Beyonce, extroversion is a superpower for you. But if you lean a little too much on just extroversion, that's how your personality type can start feeling really scattered, burnt out, and underappreciated. Because your personality type naturally likes taking care of outside problems and expectations, it can be hard to tell sometimes who you are separate from your work, separate from the results you get for other people or the outside approval you work really hard for.
I went scuba diving. The coral, spectacular. I was able to pick my nephew up from school, spend time with my family, and it gave me time to reflect, time to really think about my life.
If you think you might be Beyonce's personality type and you've been feeling super scattered, like you've been throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying super hard to just make something work so you can measure up. Introverted sensing is the function that can really help your personality type slow down and find its footing. Getting some space to reflect on your own personal experiences, what you've already done and lived through, the learnings, chapters, and milestones that are really meaningful to your personal story. Integrating that introverted sensing is what can help your personality type feel more present and centered, create boundaries when needed, and make decisions that align more fully with your goals and needs, not just who you think everyone else wants you to be.
I'm learning how to drown out the constant noise. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I only have to follow my heart and concentrate on what I want to say.
Putting all these personality patterns together, effortless flow with extroverted thinking, a unique blend of introverted sensing and extroverted intuition, with a little introverted feeling mixed in there. The personality fit that makes the most sense to me for Beyonce's personality type is that she is an ESTJ personality type. If you want some expert help understanding the nuances of your personality patterns, I would highly recommend checking out our MBTI Foundations class. It's a 3-step process designed to help you not only find your best fit type, but help you see very clearly for yourself examples of your cognitive functions and ways your personality type can grow. Our process is very interactive and a lot more in depth than most people expect, but over the years we've learned we would rather spend extra time getting to know you and making sure we give you the most accurate feedback and guidance that we can than rush you through an hour-long profiling session that leaves you feeling confused for a very long time. If you want to learn more about our MBTI Foundations class, check out our website at learn.ericwen.com. That's also where you can find all of our full behind-the-scenes research videos, join live workshops, and even have us analyze a specific celebrity just for you. Again, all that and more on our website at learn.ericwen.com. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Catch you guys in the next ones. Peace, peace. Bye.